Mic checker. Chicka, chicka, chicka. It's not son, baby. Yeah. One time, baby. What? For your mind, baby. Yeah. We gon' shine, baby. And what we do, we gon' grind, baby. Yeah. What? And this is another episode. So. A Swingers After Dark. And this is your host. Nah, son, baby. Here we go. You know, nowadays on Facebook, you have chicks. They love to put dudes on blast. Like, if you're a dude and you send like a dick pic, or, you know, you talk to a chick in the inbox and the conversation goes left, way left, she's gonna post that shit. And, you know, sometimes, well, most of the times, they block out the names. But as the years go on, they don't block out names anymore. They don't block out faces. They don't block out names. Hell, they may even send the screenshots of the conversation to your family members to shame you. And, you know, as much as, you know, I think a lot of chicks nowadays, a sizable portion of women nowadays are crazy as batshit. A lot of dudes make these chicks crazy. You know what I'm saying? Based on the shit that they say, or based on the stuff that the dudes say, and then you wonder why you get left on read or seen in the inbox, in the DMs. Because the typical male, and notice how I say male and not men. The typical male, you know, the difference between a male and a man is that an animal could be a male, but an animal can never be a man. And when you're a man, you understand that, you know, every interaction is a transaction. I'm going to say that again. Every interaction is a transaction. What do you mean by that now, son? What I mean by that is that every conversation needs an end game. Every conversation needs to have some type of importance. If I hit up a chick, it's because of A, I want to do business with her, or B, I may want to take her out on a date. Other than that, there's no reason for me to, what you doing her to death? WYD, how you doing? Just checking on you. I'm inboxing you just to see how you doing. How you feeling? How you doing? What you doing? 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 It's like, okay, what is the end game? Why are you hitting her up? If you're gonna hit her up on a humble, at least cash app her lunch. $25. She will appreciate that more than you just checking on her. Because a lot of dudes are quote unquote checking on her. You know, you have to seal the deal. Seal the deal. When you inbox a woman, it has to be a purpose. It has to be a reason of why you're contacting this woman. Of course, she knows that you want to fuck, but it's not what you do. It's how you go about doing it. And a lot of motherfuckers nowadays, they think with their dick to the point where they lose the battle before they could go to war. It's like they so thirsty for sex is that they totally lose the art of conversation. And the way you converse with a woman is not to think about sex, is not to think about fucking this chick. Because if she's really feeling you, you already got the pussy in your hand. You already have it. You understand me? But where dudes fuck up, they so thirsty for sex is that the first thing that they talk about is fucking. And you talk yourself out of pussy by talking about sex because you're not trying to know this woman. You're not trying to humanize this woman to the point where she's interested in you. You understand me? You don't even know if this chick is crazy as batshit. But because you want to lay down with this woman, you know, because she may have a cute face. She may have a fat ass. She may have some hips, wide hips. She may be funny. But you don't even know if she's funny. You don't even know if she has a personality or the IQ of a pet rock because you're so infatuated by this woman because you're putting her on a pedestal. You don't even know this broad. She could be a serial killer. She could be a rapist. She could be a molester. Like she could You know, she probably the type of chick who don't even take care of her kids. She could be a molester. You feel me? You don't even know this chick from a can of paint. And that's why nowadays I say you have to background check the background check. Like the first thing I do, if I see a chick, she may be a cutie, I'm gonna go on her wall. I'm gonna see what she posts on Facebook. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna do my due diligence to see if this chick is worth my while. Because nowadays, at my age, at this point in my life, I don't give a fuck how fat her ass is, how good she looks, how big her breasts are. That doesn't matter. I'm not a breast man anyway, but I love some good old tickle bitties. But it's all about what's in her mind. It's all about what's above the shoulders, not below. Because I value my peace. And the last thing I need is me giving a chick good dick and she become a fucking maniac. She becomes a psycho to the point where she's blowing my phone with dynamite. I love my space. I'm an introvert. Just because I don't talk to you for a few days, that doesn't mean I'm not thinking about you. But that's just how I roll. And yes, I understand that women need attention like plants need water. I get that. I do. I get it. But sometimes I just want my peace. I love my solitude. I always crack a joke with myself is that if I was served time and solitary confinement, I wouldn't care. Because I wouldn't want to talk with motherfuckers anyway. You feel me? Like I wouldn't care if they put me in solitary confinement because I am my best friend. I am my best company. You feel me? But back to the lecture at hand. It's like you got the pussy in your hand, but the first thing that you want to talk about is sex. You want to compliment her on her looks. She already told how many times how beautiful she is, even when she knows that she's unattractive. She may think that you're trolling or full of shit because people know when they're unattractive. Whether it's their personality, their behavior, or their looks. People know that if they're attractively challenged. I'm not going to say ugly. I'm not going to be politically incorrect because nowadays people are sensitive as my dick when I'm about to come. But you get what I'm saying. You feel me? People are sensitive, so I'm not going to say ugly. Well, I'm not even going to call chicks ugly. I'm going to call them handsome looking chicks. I'm going to call them handsome. A chick knows that she looks handsome. And she knows that you're full of shit when you say, hey, beautiful, hey, sexy, hey, queen. And that's another thing. A lot of motherfuckers queen these chicks to death to the point where they devalue the word queen. I don't call these chicks queens because a lot of these chicks are not queens. They're not queens. They're concubines. And the only queen in my life is my mother and my significant other. Not no random broads. But you have a lot of simps. They don't know the difference. They don't know the difference. And because they think with their dick, they get heartbroken and rejected. And then they on some bitches ain't shit. But no, it's not that bitches ain't shit. Your dating choices ain't shit because you don't know how to vet the bras you talking to. You don't know how to vet them because you're pussy whipped. You don't know how to vet the chicks who you want to talk to. When I go on the chick's social media page, I see what she posts, the type of shit she talks about. I check her, her interests. It's like game planning. It's like how you gonna know your opponent when you haven't studied the tapes? It's like if I'm a head coach of a football team, a basketball team, if I'm a baseball manager, or if I'm a boxing manager, how I'm gonna know how to approach a woman if I don't even know her likes or dislikes, if I don't even know her interests, if I don't even know if her interest aligns with mine? We may be oil and water in that respect. We may not even mix. There's been times when I went out on dates with chicks and we did not click. I wanted to fuck, but after a while it's like there's no chemistry. Like, the date was good, but if we're arguing about the smallest shit, then it goes to show that we're not gonna last. And I'm the type of dude, I like to nip things in the bud. I like to nip things in the bud because I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill. You know, if I see that things are not going, you know, if the shit is not going well, I'm gonna break off communication. Because if we don't have a lot in common, then there's no reason for me to entertain the situationship, even if she's a fuck buddy. Because I'm a firm believer of trading energies. When you lay with somebody, you're trading energies with that person. Because we're spiritual beings in a spacesuit called the human body. So yes, I do believe that we trade spiritual energies. And a lot of people's soul isn't clean. Their soul is not clean. And I'm not going to trade energies with a chick who ain't shit. You understand me? And that's what makes dudes their worst enemies. Because they lay down with a chick, get her pregnant, and then you're a baby daddy. You're a baby daddy to a chick that you did not like in the first place. You did not even respect this broad. But because she aesthetically appealed to you, you wanted to give her a try. You wanted to give her a try because she made your dick hard. And trust me, I've been through it. I have no kids, thank God. At least not that I know of. But, you know, I've been through my phase where I thought with my dick. You know, I've had that you know, that regrettable sex. I wish there was like a Men in Black pen in real life where I could forget. You know, that, you know, in the movie Men in Black, you have that like memory loss stick where they flash it in your face and you forget about the shit that you had done. I wish that shit existed because I want to get rid of all the unpleasant memories I had with certain chicks. And the sack. But as you go older, the older you become, the wiser choices that your dick makes. You feel me? And you know, I'm at a point in my life is that if you can't make my mind come, if you can't give me a mental orgasm, then there's no reason for us to talk. You know, and not for nothing, it's like when you inbox a woman, make sure you know how to formulate a sentence. You feel me? It's like, you know, I've seen these screenshots and dudes don't know how to spell words. They misspell words. They don't know how to formulate a sentence. They talk like that. They just rambling. And it's like, I don't know if it's the education system, the miseducation system, that's the cause of this. But I'm seeing that a lot of people, men, women, male, female, whatever the case may be, they don't know how to formulate a sentence. And I'm like, who passed y'all? Which teacher is responsible for passing you? I know like in certain cities and towns, they have this No Child Left Behind motto. Like if you're an F student, they're going to pass you to the next grade regardless. You know, even if you're the type of student who think 2 + 2 = 5, they're still going to pass you. Even if you don't know how to spell your name. Well, I can't even talk. I can't talk because I remember I was in kindergarten, right? And I did the spelling bee. You know, my sister, you know, one of the main reasons, or the main reason I become a grammar Nazi, or I pride myself in learning how to spell, is because of my sister. You know, she was in the 8th grade and I was in kindergarten and she won the spelling bee. You know, my sister, she became the valedictorian in our elementary school and she won the spelling bee. And, you know, some of her friends, they used to supervise us for lunch. You know, when a teacher goes, you know, whatever she was going for lunch, you know, she would leave the classroom and she would have like the upperclassmen, like the older kids, watch over us. And the day that my sister won the spelling bee, her friends was like, yo, Your sister want a spelling bee? And I was like, damn, if my sister is popular because of this, I want to spell. Because when you're young and impressionable, you want that popularity. You want that validation from your peers. And when I saw that, my sister was getting clout and respect and status from her peers, I wanted the same thing. So, each classroom would pick their brightest spellers. You may have 1, 2, or 3 of your best spellers, and you will have to compete with other classes in your grade level, and the winner of that grade level will compete with the winners of the other grade levels. But man, when I was on stage, like, I was the first person on stage, and I was the first person to be eliminated because I was so nervous. That was the first time I went on stage. Mind you, I was in kindergarten, so I was like 5 or 6 years old. So I was so nervous that I couldn't spell the word ate. Like you ate your food. And in my mind, I knew how to spell it. ATE, of course. I knew how to spell ate, but I was so nervous that I just froze. And that was like one of the most embarrassing moments in my life. Being the first I was not only the first to be eliminated, but I had to sit down. I was the first to be eliminated, and I had to sit down after my first crack at spelling the word. I didn't even go to the next word, and I did not allow myself to be discouraged. I did not allow that situation to beat me down. I did not cry over spilled milk. I went to the fucking fridge to pour me another glass. And with that said, it's about perseverance. It's about using your failure as a tool to get better. And that's what I did with spelling. I wanted it. I wanted to become a better speller. And, as I've gotten older, my grammar was poor. I knew how to spell, but my grammar was piss poor. So before I wrote a book, I told myself I was going to learn proper grammar. And throughout the years, I learned how to write, formulate words and a proper structure. I'm a better writer than I am a vocalizer, than I am, a verbalizer. But I wanted it. I wanted to learn how to use proper grammar. Just like I wanted to learn how to become a better speller. And I know what you're saying. You say, well, now, son, what the fuck is grammar and spelling got to do with fucking a chick and hitting a chick up in your inbox? Listen, be patient. Patience is a bitter tree whose fruits are sweet. So let me get to it. Let me bring my point home. Let me drive my point home. And with that said, it's about learning. If you really want to be with this chick, even if you just want to fuck the broad, see if she's worth your while. See if she's compatible. Have a conversation with this chick first. She already know you want to fuck. She already knows that. But make sure that you're not wasting your time and you're not wasting her time, because not for nothing, a fuck buddy may become your future wife. And conversely, to the ladies, a fuck buddy may become your future husband. You never know. So, before I hit up a chick in the inbox or in the DMs, I want to know if we're compatible. I want to know if her morals, values, and principles align with mine. And that's what the conversation is about. Before the dick pics, before the news, before exchanging fuck faces or videos, whatever the case may be, or whatever the fuck that people do nowadays in the inbox and in the DMs, I want to know if the chick is worth the time, energy, and money. Because women, they're low-key a bill. You're going to have to spend money when you're courting a chick. And that's not to say you got a trick. That's not saying that you paying for pussy, because you have a lot of stupid motherfuckers. They want to equate prostitution to going out on a date. I could always tell a chick to come to the crib so we can Netflix and chill it, or do me or 2B and screw me night. We could either do the Netflix and chill or 2B and do me night, but I want to go out. You know? I'm not paying for the pussy because I know I could get the buns regardless of us going out. I'm paying for the experience of me wanting to be with somebody. I want to share a Kodak moment with that person. I want to share moments. So that's what that is. I want to see if this chick is worthy for me to share moments. You feel me? You understand me? So it's like a lot of dudes, they're their worst enemy because they're not vetting. They're not. You have to get in the woman's mind, because every woman is not the same. Even if this chick is a freak, that doesn't mean she's the same freak as the other chicks. You feel me? And you have to get in the woman's mind first. You have to see what makes her tick. You have to see, what's her triggers. How to speak with this chick. Because it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. You got to cater to a woman's interest without selling yourself out. And what I mean by that, like I said before, you got to see if her interests align with yours. You feel me? If you know this chick is into sports, then talk about sports. If you know this chick is into music, then talk about music. There needs to be a common denominator between you and this woman. And then talk like you have some sense. Like, yo, me personally, I put chicks in a friend zone. Like, before we even get to the sexual part, I want to know if she's even capable of me talking about sex. That's how I carry it. That's how I roll. I want to see if she's even worthy to talk about sex. For me to talk about sex. And even if we do talk about sex, I change the fucking subject. I want to see if the chick is my piece. I don't want an argumentative ass broad. I don't want a chick who goes back and forth. I don't want to be with a chick who thinks she got a bigger dick than me. No siree, no way. No. And that's why I vet these chicks. I vet women. Excuse me. I vet women to see if we're compatible, to see that if she's not trying to outman me. I don't want to be with a chick who thinks she's a bigger dude than me. I don't want a handsome chick. I want a beautiful woman. A lot of these chicks, they say, yo, I'm a strong woman. I'm strong. This, that, and the third. Listen, you don't have to be strong to be resilient. I'm strong. It's in my nature to be strong. But as a woman, you're supposed to be my peace. I'm the strength between us. And I don't want a weakling, but if I'm strong, then, well, not if I'm strong, I am strong. And when you trust my leadership, my guidance, my vision, then you're going to be strong by proxy because of my energy. You understand me? Because a man is the reflection of the woman who he's dealing with. You feel me? And just because I want to leave off with this, just because a woman is a freak, that doesn't mean that she's going to be a freak with you. And that goes back to me saying it's all about what's in the mental. It's all about having a mental connection with the woman, because women are emotional creatures. And if you cannot connect with a woman, it's like Wi-Fi. Women is like Wi-Fi. They're going to go out the strongest connection. Men, we're like Bluetooth. Like, we connect with anything that's open. But women, they're like Wi-Fi. And you need the password to connect with her. You know what I'm saying? You need a password to connect with her so she could be wired to your situation. So she could be wired to you. So you'll have like a common denominator. So it's the password to a woman. Yes, it may be MONEY. It may be MONEY. But, the password to a woman is understanding and compassion and getting to know her and, you know, letting her know that she's not just a piece of ass, that you genuinely care about her and you're humanizing her. Because even though that we're sexual creatures and we're carnal by nature, we still want that human experience with the person who we talking to. You feel me? And the conversation goes a long way without talking about sex. And this has been another episode of Swingers After Dark, and this is your host, Nasun, baby. Check out my website at www.nasunblaze.com. That's www.nahsunblaze.com, and check out my ebook, Fuck. Yes, you heard right, Fuck. It's on Nook, Kindle, iBooks, Google Play. Go get it. Shoot me an email at swingpodcast@gmail.com. That's swingpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up with any questions or concerns that you may have. And we're gonna go out like this, man. What? It's all good, baby. What? For your mind, baby. It's all time, baby. Yeah. And I'm out.